Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm happy to see you today for another video. And for today's video, we're going to talk about interesting topics that we all concerned about, especially if you're watching this video, which is les médias et les nouvelles technologies, the medias and the new technologies. Of course, we live in a society right now where technologies and medias are everywhere, so we're going to be focusing on the vocabulary of the medias in French and a little bit how is everything related to it. Médias et les nouvelles technologies. First of all, introduction. Qu'est-ce que les médias? What do we call the medias? Les médias donnent des informations. Medias gives information. It can be information in general, at the general sense of it. It can be about anything. As long as you learn something, this is be considered a media. Examples, les exemples. La télévision, la radio, les journaux, Internet. La télévision, the TV. La radio, the radio. Les journaux, the newspapers. Et Internet. Now, let's focus a little bit on the vocabulary. In French, la télévision is the TV. TV, télévision, if you want to cut it short, because télévision can be sometimes a little long, we can say TV, same as in English, but we also say la télé, just the first two syllables of the word. Télévision, la télé, la TV, everything means the same thing, TV. Then we have la radio. La radio, the radio. Same word, feminine word in French, la radio. Then we have le journal. Le journal, the newspaper. Masculine, le journal. Then we have un magazine. Magazine, same thing as can be considered le journal. It's just that the difference between those two is that the newspaper, le journal, is more about informations that are related to like the society. A magazine will be more informal, more chill, maybe about celebrities, not the same kind of topics. Une émission, a program. Feminine, une émission. And when I read it, I link it. Une émission. Then, if you want to say a report, we're going to say un reportage. Careful with the pronunciation on this one. Un reportage. Masculine. So careful when it comes to the writing. Even though sometimes you have a word that finishes with an E, this one is masculine. Donc, a report, un reportage. If you want to say an ad, you're going to say une publicité. Publicité. Same as TV, because it's kind of long, we can say publicité, but we tend to say une pub. When we talk, we say une pub. It means the same thing, maybe more informal, more chill to say une pub than a publicité. So if you have to write it down, write une publicité. But if you talk, you can say une pub. And the last one, to talk about the news, we're going to say les actualités. Same thing, when it comes to pronunciation, you know that every time we have a word that starts with a vowel, we link it. So here, les actualités, I'm pronouncing my S from les and I'm linking it with my A. Les actualités. Little recap. La télévision, la radio, le journal, un magazine, une émission, un reportage, une publicité, une pub, les actualités. Those are the main words that you're going to be using when we talk about the media and the new technologies. Now, let's focus on the traditional medias. So what was happening, what we were using before internet and everything that we have right now. We have the newspaper, as we said, le journal, the newspaper. What do I do with it? Je lis les nouvelles. I read the news. Then we have la radio, the radio. Of course, we can still listen to it when we're driving in the car and we listen to the radio. But here we mean like the real old radio when we had like no TV at the time. La radio, j'écoute les informations. I listen to the informations, to the news. So with the newspaper, you read, je lis. With the radio, you listen, j'écoute. And then you have the last one, of course, that is still a big thing today, the TV, la télévision. Je regarde les infos, informations, same thing, Et les films, I watch the information, the news, and movies. So those are considered the three traditional medias. Le journal, la radio, la télévision. And of course, we're in 2025, we have the new technologies. So what do we use now? Of course, it's a must, the computer, l'ordinateur. Then we have the phone. To say the phone, we have two words in French, le smartphone, le téléphone. We use those two, means the same thing. I'd say maybe le téléphone is more common, but those two means the same thing, the phone. And then the tablet. If you want to say the tablet, the iPad, whatever, you're going to say the same word, but in French, la tablette, feminine. L'ordinateur, l'ordinateur is masculine, by the way. So we don't have le ordinateur because of the vowel, as you know, so it's just going to be l'ordinateur, le smartphone, le téléphone, la tablette. Internet et les réseaux sociaux. Internet and the social medias. Of course, it's a big thing. Some people use it more than others, but use it for everything. I don't know what's your purpose of using it, but we can do a lot of things on the social media. So let's focus on that. First, je vais sur Internet. I go on Internet. J'utilise. I use. And then, of course, you have a lot of different websites. I wrote the main ones, but I'm sure that I forgot some. YouTube. Of course, you're probably on it right now. YouTube. Instagram. TikTok. WhatsApp. Facebook. Snapchat. We have a lot. Then, sometimes, what do we use those social medias for? To speak with our friends. Je parle avec mes amis. I speak with my friend. Of course, I feel like now people tend to use more the social medias to talk. They don't really use the text regularly. It's maybe like easier to talk to WhatsApp or Instagram. So, yeah, je parle avec mes amis. I speak with my friends. Qu'est-ce que tu fais avec la technologie? Meaning, what do you do with technology? You can do a couple of different activities, different things. First one, j'écoute de la musique. I listen to some music. Of course, can be on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Music. It's a good way to listen to some music. J'écoute de la musique. Then, je regarde des vidéos. I'm looking at some videos, I'm watching videos. I hope you're doing it right now. Then we have je parle avec mes amis. I talk with my friends. And for some people too, je joue aux jeux vidéo. I play video games. Of course, with internet, it's a good way to connect with others and to talk to people that live super far away. So it's a good way to meet people that you would have never met if there was no internet. So that's a sign. That's a good way. Donc, j'écoute de la musique, je regarde des vidéos, je parle avec mes amis, je joue aux jeux vidéo. Those are some examples. As we said, technologies and internet allow us to do a lot of different things that was not possible before. We have some pros, some like good things, but also some cons. So we have to be careful because, of course, as we may know, internet has some limits. What are the good part of it? C'est pratique, rapide et amusant. Meaning, it's useful, fast, and funny. You can do pretty much everything on it. Every time you have a question, you just go on internet, you look for it. Pratique. Rapide, fast. You just have to look for something and you have the answer straight away. Amusant, funny. You can have a good time when you are on social medias or internet. But careful. Attention. Attention means careful. Attention aux écrans. That means careful to the screens, meaning, of course, as you may know, it's not good to spend too much time on the screen. So it's good to maybe limit your time on it. And then, attention aux fausses informations, meaning be careful to the fake news. Of course, because everybody can write anything they want on internet, they can write some fake news. So don't believe everything that you see on internet. Donc, c'est pratique, rapide, amusant, mais attention aux écrans, I do my link, information. Toi, what about you? Tell me your personal use of internet, social media. Are you a huge fan of it? Do you use it just for professional purposes? I'm curious to know. Tu utilises quoi? What do you use? Télé, téléphone ou journal? So when it comes to news and you want to know a little bit what's happening in the world, are you more into TV, on your phone, or you like the old way and you like the newspaper? Then, tu regardes quoi sur Internet? When you're on Internet, either like YouTube or stuff, what do you like to watch? What's your interest? And the last one, tu préfères lire ou regarder une vidéo? Meaning, when it comes to news, are you more into reading those news and see them that way, or are you more into watching a video? So this is a personal question I'm curious to know about you. So you can answer that question in the comment section or on our social media such as Instagram, French Language Solution. I'm curious to know what you a little bit about those social medias and the relation that you have with internet. Conclusion. Les médias sont partout. Meaning medias are everywhere, especially right now in 2025. We know that everybody uses it. So you can find even like hotspots in the city. So yeah, what would we do without internet right now? That would be kind of complicated. It's everywhere. Les nouvelles technologies changent notre vie. The new technologies change our life, of course. And the last one, il faut les utiliser avec attention, meaning we have to use them carefully. It's good to use them in the right way if it has some like purposes that's going to help you either like professionally or like personally. If you have any question, if you want to get like more news or like get to know something, you can use it. But careful, there's some limits. I'm not teaching you like anything new, but you know that because of the fake news, everybody can pretend to be whoever they want on those social medias. So don't trust everything that you see on it. Okay, I think we saw a good part of the French vocabulary when it comes to medias, internet, social. So now I made you a little exercise to see if you're comfortable with the vocabulary. I wrote you 3 phrases and you have to choose the right answer to complete that phrase. Let's read the first one. I'm not going to translate. I'm sure you know the vocabulary. Avec la tablette, je peux dormir, jouer à des jeux, cuisiner. What do you think? Deuxième, les réseaux sociaux sont la télévision et la radio, Internet et les livres, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Do you think it's A, B, or C? And the last one, je lis le journal pour manger, avoir des nouvelles, faire du sport. So here you just have to choose the right answer between those 3. That's pretty much it. I'm sure you're going to do super well. So that's it for today's video. I hope that it helps you to learn a little more about the French vocabulary when it comes to social media, internet, and the relation that us people have with internet. I'm curious to know, how often do you use them? What's your relation with that? Are you addicted to it? I know that I spend maybe sometimes maybe too much time on social media. So I want to know if I'm the only one or if you're like in the same position as me. I'm curious to know. So don't hesitate to text us on our social media or in the comment section below. If you have any demands specifically or topics that you want to talk about, I'm more than happy to help you. Don't hesitate to follow us on our YouTube page or on the social media. And I wish you a good day, a good end of your week, and I just cannot wait to see you next week for another video. Salut!